Hey people, what's going on? I just wanted to make one quick video before I go to bed because this is a 2-day old article and it's a hot story, so let's get into it. So, this is on Wired as of 04/18/19, 3 o'clock. Might be a little later than I thought. Yeah, okay. Anyway, still hot news because it's IT security news. A mystery agent is doxing Iran's hackers and dumping their code. Iranian intelligence seems to be getting its own taste of a shadow broker's style leak of secrets. It's an article by Alyssa Foote. Okay, so nearly 3 years after the mysterious group called the Shadow Brokers began disemboweling the NSA's hackers and leaking their hacking tools onto the open web, Iran's hackers are getting their own taste of that unnerving experience. Ooh, like when you can't find your vape, huh? Can't find your vape? Where the fuck is your vape? What the hell? What the bloody hell? Come on, man. Come on, man. Get my vape. Where's? Oh my God! Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay, good. So, yeah, so Iran's getting a taste of some cyber war games. Well, they've been getting a taste of it, apparently. But let's continue. Iran's hackers are getting their own taste of that unnerving experience. For the last month, a mystery person or group has been targeting a top Iranian hacker team, dumping their secret data, tools, and even identities onto a public Telegram channel. And the leak shows no signs of stopping. Since March 25, a Telegram channel called Read My Lips, or Lab Duke Dutegan. Lab Dutegan. What? Yeah, Lab Dutegan. Which translates from Farsi as soon lips, has been systematically spilling the secrets. Has been systematically spilling the secrets of a hacker group known as APT34, or Oil Rig, which researchers have long believed to be working in the service of the Iranian government. So far, the leaker or leakers have published a collection of the hackers' tools, evidence of their intrusion points for 66 victim organizations across the world, the IP addresses of servers used by Iranian intelligence, and even the identities and photographs of alleged hackers working with the Oil Rig group. We are exposing here the cyber tools APT34, or Oil Rig, that the ruthless Iranian Ministry of Intelligence has been using against Iran's neighboring countries, including names of the cruel managers and information about the activities and goals of these cyber attacks, read the original message, posted to Telegram by the hackers in late March. We hope that other Iranian citizens will act for exposing this regime's real ugly face. The exact nature of the leaking operation and the person or people behind it are anything but clear, but the leak seems intended to embarrass the Iranian hackers, expose their tools, forcing them to build new ones to avoid detection, and even compromise the security and safety of APT34 Oil Rig's individual members. It looks like either a disgruntled insider is leaking tools from APT34 operators, or it's a shadow broker's-esque sort of entity interested in disrupting operations for this particular group, says Brandon Levine, head of applied intelligence at the security firm Chronicle, which has been analyzing the leak. They do seem to have something out for these guys. They're naming and shaming, not just dropping tools. Oh. As of Thursday morning, the Read My Lips leakers continued to post names, photos, and even contact details of alleged oil rig members to Telegram, though Wired couldn't confirm that any of the identified men were actually connected to the Iranian hacker group. From now on, we will expose every few days the personal information of one of the cursed staff and secret information from the vicious Ministry of Intelligence, so to destroy this betraying ministry. A message posted by the leakers on Thursday read. Chronicle's analysis confirms that at least the hacking tools released are in fact oil rigs hacking tools. As the leakers claimed, they included, for instance, a program called Hypershell and Two-Face, designed to give hackers a foothold on hacked web servers. Another pair of tools called Poison Frog and Glimpse appeared to be different versions of remote access Trojan called Bond Updater, which researchers at Palo Alto Networks have observed oil rig using since last August. Beyond leaking those tools, the Read My Lips leaker also claims to have wiped the contents of Iranian intelligence servers and posted screenshots of the message it says it left behind, like the one shown below. So it says CBIOS version blah 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 blah, blah. Machine blah, 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 blah. Booting from hard disk. We are Lab Dutagan. We destroyed this server and we will destroy you. We are exposing the cyber tools. Oh my god, this thing is so uncomfortable for a second. Ugh. We are exposing the cyber tools that the Iranian Ministry of Intelligence has been using for spying on Iran's neighboring countries to promote its vicious goals, including names of the managers and information about the activities and goals of these cyber attacks. When the shadow brokers... what? When the shadow brokers spilled their collection of secret NSA hacking tools over the course of 2016 and 2017, the results were disastrous. The leaked NSA hacking tools called Eternal Blue and Eternal Romance, for instance, were used in some of the most destructive and costly cyber attacks in history, including WannaCry, Not Peta Worms, the Chronicles, including WannaCry and Not Petya Worms. Not Petya Worms. But Chronicles Levine says that the dumped oil rig tools aren't nearly as unique or dangerous, and the leaked version of the web shell tools in particular are missing elements that would allow them to be easily repurposed. It's not really cut and paste, Levine says. Re-weaponizing these tools isn't likely to happen. Another tool included in the leak was described as DN-espionage, malware, and described as code for use described as code used for man-in-the-middle to extract authentication details and code for managing the DNS hijacking. The DN-espionage name and description match an operation that security firms uncovered last year and have since attributed to Iran. Whoa. The operation targeted dozens of organizations across the Middle East by altering their DNS registries to redirect all their incoming internet traffic to a different server where the hackers could silently intercept and steal any usernames and passwords included. But Chronicles Levine says that despite appearances, Chronicle doesn't believe that DN-espionage malware in the leak matches the malware used in that previously identified campaign. The two domain name server hacking tools do, however, appear to have similar functionality, and the two hacking campaigns at least shared some victims. The Read My Lips leak includes details on server compromises that Oil Rig established in a broad array of Middle Eastern networks, and Abu Dhabi's airports to Etihad Airways in the National Security Agency of Bahrain. Oh wait, no. I'm thinking about Beirut. To the Solidarity Saudi Takaful Company, a Saudi Arabian insurance firm. According to Chronicle's analysis of the leaked victim data, Oil rigs targets are as diverse as South Korean gaming company A. Oh, excuse me. Oil rigs targets are as diverse as a South Korean gaming company and a Mexican government agency, most of the hackers, dozens of victims are clustered in the Middle East, and some were also hit by DN espionage. Levine says, "We don't see any link with DN espionage, but there is victim overlap," he says. "If they're not the same, at least their interests are mutual." What's this? Oh. For Oil Rig, the ongoing leak represents an embarrassing setback and operational security breach, but for the security research community, it also offers a rare view into the internals of a state-sponsored hacking group. Look into state-sponsored hacking groups and how they operate, he says. This gives us some idea of the scope and scale of this group's capabilities. Even as the Read My Lips leaker reveals the Iranian secrets, however, the source of those leaks remains a mystery, and judging by its Telegram claims, it's only getting started. We have more secret information about the crimes of the Iranian Ministry of Intelligence and its managers. Reads a message from the group posted last week. We are determined to continue to expose them. Follow us and share. So that's the end of that article. Wow. So Iran is they 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 think they're the hot shit. They think they can chant death to America all they want, but really all it is they are really just a bunch of quite immature hackers. I remember the hack that they did that one time where they punched Trump in the face. Let's take a look at that real quick here. Iranian hacker punches Trump in the face in an image. Yes, this one. Let's read how the Washington Post tells it. Everybody remember this picture? Yeah, they're so salty. A government website was defaced with pro-Iranian message and an image of a bloodied Trump. Hackers claim responsibility. This image taken Saturday shows the U.S. Federal Depository Library Program website after a group. Oh, look at that! A website nobody cares about. Nobody really cares about. It's not exactly a high-level government website, you know. It's by Allison Chlu, January 6, 2020. Oh my god, this thing keeps falling down. Blood runs in rivulets down President Trump's chin as a fist punches his left cheek. Two golden missiles, each emblazoned with the Iranian flag, shoot across the border of the illustration. "This is a message from Islamic Republic of Iran," reads text in English. Can't speak English. The image of a bloody Trump accompanied by pro-Iranian statements popped up in an unusual place over the weekend. The homepage of a U.S. government website. Oh, yeah. Of course, they don't want to hack U.S. websites. Of course not. On Saturday, the website for a program that provides free public access to federal government information was reportedly hacked by a group claiming an allegiance to Iran. But yeah, we know all about this. Other Patriots have covered this before. I'm not going to get into this right now because it's really an old story, but it just goes to show these freaking people are really really stupid. Really stupid. But anyway, so Iran's getting hacked. We're at cyber war. Well, they've been at cyber war with us forever. They were so happy when Obama became the president and started giving them their money because Iran knew Obama was a Muslim. He was going to do whatever to advance the jihad. See how they work? These people, these corrupt politicians. First, they go and they do all this nation building. They kill Saddam Hussein. They murdered him. They murder Gaddafi. Now all these Muslim nations hate America even more than they hated us before because we are not Muslim. But now they hate us not just because we're not Muslim, but because we went over there, diddled in their affairs, killed their leaders, and tried to replace their government with nation building BS. I'd be mad too, you know? I'd be fucking pissed too, because that's exactly what they're trying to do in this country right now. The same way that the cabal killed off Saddam Hussein, the same way they killed off Gaddafi, is exactly what they're trying to do to Trump right now. Okay? It's the same old story, right? And guess what? What they did over there, right? They destroyed that country. They destroyed Iraq. They destroyed Libya. There's a slave trade in Libya right now. Okay? People being sold as slaves. Right? So that's what happens when these people, and I wonder, they probably had to kill Saddam Hussein and Muammar Gaddafi because they weren't using anything like Dominion voting software. I bet. They just figured, hey man, this guy wants peace. He's in the Middle East. If they have peace, then how are we going to intimidate people? How are we going to take their oil? How are we going to pig out on the world's resources? How are we going to keep these people under our thumb? So they just decided, hey, we're just going to go. We're going to do a little murder. We're going to do a little killing. We're going to do a little counter-revolution. And everything's going to be okay because we're going to succeed. We have the strongest military in the world. Right? What really ended up happening is, like I said, the Muslims already hate people that aren't Muslim. And they can deny this all they like, but this gremlin wasn't born under a cabbage patch. But we've given them so much reason, so much more reason. So no, not even because hating someone because they're not Muslim is not a legitimate reason to hate someone. But we've given them legitimate reason to hate this country. Right? To the point, all these past administrations, they've absolutely destroyed our reputation around the world. They made us look weak. They made us look like the world's police, dictators, with the blackjack boot, right? That's what we did to Iraq when we killed Saddam. We went over there, meddled in their affairs, put them under the blackjack boot. And so it's understandable why they think, oh, look at those arrogant Americans just going everywhere around the world and fucking up people's lives and fucking up people's countries and taking the rights of the people away from them and now there's no more of that. Now, we have peace deals coming. Bahrain and all these other countries in the Middle East. But no, 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 no. Trump has not done anything good. You know, he's just the evil orange man. He's just the evil orange man, right? Peace deals, no wars. You know, building back up the economy, getting rid of the virus. All you vaxxers can have your vaccine, but you're not gonna force it on us, because this is America. Okay. And the 14th Amendment matters. It matters, people. So, I forgot who they installed in Iraq when they got rid of Saddam Hussein. But, they probably had a similar situation actually going on to what's going on with Joe Biden right now, because these people have no imagination. They don't make anything new, because there is nothing new under the sun. Right? So all the new kinds of socialism, the new kinds of communism, you know, how many times are we going to walk down this road before we remember how many times this has been done and how many times it's ended in drastic failure? Do you really want to risk the future of society, of life, um, of our ability to maintain peaceful lives? You really want to risk that for another experiment in socialism? For another experiment in communism? Mm-mm, not me. You want to do that? Find yourself an island somewhere. Make that your country. Right? You really hate this country so much. I love this country. It's never done anything wrong to me. It's just that we had really, 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 really shitty presidents. Really shitty fucking presidents. And it's so bad that now that we have a good president, now that we have somebody that's actually fighting for us, we're so used to eating spoiled rice. Some of us are so used to eating spoiled rice that when they taste good rice, they don't want it. Anyway, whether you want it or not, the fact of the matter is, half of this country has a brain. And we voted for Trump because what the hell else were we gonna do? Vote for Hillary? We're really gonna vote for Hillary? Because she's a woman. We can barely, until Trump, we could barely get around. Jesus Christ. Until Trump, we could not even get around to picking a decent man to be the president. If we can't even pick a decent man to be the president, what the living hell makes you think we can pick a woman? If we can't even agree that America needs to be made great again, that America needs to repair its relationship with the rest of the world, right? After all that nation building, after all that butting into people's elections and businesses and governments, after all that butting in, all the ruination of America's reputation, and we finally get to pick a president that cares about repairing our worldwide reputation so that countries around the world will stop hating us Stop having false illusions about what our life as Americans is like. Right? Now that we finally have that, you people are just ungrateful. Ungrateful, educated by liberals and socialists and communists and Stalinists. You people are the true Hitler. And the funny thing is, Hitler wasn't even German. You idiots. Figure this out. Hitler was an Austrian Jew. Right? He was an Austrian Jew. Pretty much. And so when you call Trump literally Hitler, it's a little hard to do because Trump is actually German. So good luck with Trump is Hitler. Listen, man, get on the bandwagon, or the same plans that you have for the half of the country that voted for Trump. We're not gonna bother putting you in internment camps. We're just gonna let you, be perpetually offended. It's just like a child. When you have a child and they're throwing a tantrum because they didn't get what they want, you don't raise your voice, you don't scream, you don't yell. You just teach them a lesson that they never forget. So, thank you to Sidney Powell for releasing the Kraken. And we can feed all these commies to the Kraken. Oh, yes, and Joe Biden. You know, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to lead a country from a jail cell when you have criminal charges on your head, Joe Biden. All you lefties need to realize this, and y'all need to cope better. Because people like me have been coping with the atrocious things that the left and Democrats and some Republicans have been doing in this country. Okay? Now, on my ballot, when I voted half-heartedly as a Republican, full-heartedly as a Trumplican. Okay? Because yes, both parties are corrupt. The Democrats are aggressively corrupt. The Republicans have a lot of money in big tobacco. And whenever the Democrats use their typical stalling tactics, the Republicans generally just let them do it. You know? They might get a little pissed off. They might ask a few questions. They might demand a few answers. But that's about as far as it goes. You know? And even now, it looks like these freaking pussies are kind of leaving Trump in the lurch. So, yeah, the Republicans, some of them, Jim Jordan, they need a swift kick in the rear. So they can get with the program, get with the making of America great again, and stop being such god-awful pansies. Okay? Get the message, Republicans. The Democrats don't get messages, but the Republicans seem to be paying attention. So get with the program